Everything is going fine. Weights are moving smooth. Playlist is perfect. You're in the zone. And then snap. It's you staring at your shoulder, your back, your knees, wondering what the hell just happened. Injuries aren't just pain, they're interruptions. They hijack your progress, your momentum, your confidence. I mean, nothing makes you more fragile than limping out of the gym while everyone else is training. And let's be real, it sucks. There's no motivation filter to put on that. When you hurt, you don't just lose training, you lose your rhythm. And injuries aren't random, they don't just happen to you out of nowhere. They're the result of your ego ignoring dozens of warnings and details. And the faster you understand that, the faster you can stop being a victim to that. So why do we even get injured? I mean, except of our fragile bodies not matching our egos, here are some common reasons. Technique. Clean form doesn't mean anything if it only lasts until you're tired. The second you're gassed and start shitting the rep, it's not just sloppy. That's the exact stress your joints can't take. Muscles adapt fast. Cartilages and tendons don't. That's why injuries usually show up at the end of the set, not the beginning of it. Overtraining. People love to think more training equals more progress. Push volume and weight too far, too fast, and you're just stacking damage you can't repair. It feels fine until it doesn't. That's when just a little sore becomes a real injury. Energy deficit. Lifting heavy while under-eating is like running a car with no oil. You can still drive it, but something's gonna snap. Your muscles might look fine for now, but your tendons and joints won't. They need fuel to heal. No fuel, no repair, only breakdown. Sleep. Miss sleep, and it's not that just you're tired, your coordination drops, your tissues don't repair, your reaction speed slows. That's where you tip up on a lift you normally own. It's not bad luck, but your brain glitching from lack of rest. Training sick. Working out sick isn't hardcore. It's just reckless. Your body's already fighting a battle, and lifting heavy just divides its resources. That's why small strain turns into weeks on the sidelines. Injuries happen when we do more than we can handle. We either messed with mechanics, increased load too much, neglected recovery, or ignored signals. And then we wonder why we got injured. Okay, so you're injured. The question now is, how do we come back fast without making it worse? First rule, stop pretending you're not hurt. Training around it recklessly is why small injuries turn into months of rehab. Respect the injury, but don't romanticize it and don't go for a second date. Second rule, keep moving. The old school just rest advice is half the truth. Not moving is just letting your parts rust off, which is not gonna help. Third rule, don't swap out exercises, adjust the whole environment you're working in. If heavy weights are off the table, use machines or work at one side at a time. If your back is an issue, use exercises that minimize the load on your back. If it's a tendon, ease off on explosive stuff. The point isn't to stop moving. It's to keep training inside the range of what your body can actually handle right now, so you can recover without breaking your body. Fourth rule, you need proper nutrition. When you're injured is not the time to eat like you're on a cut. You need fuel. Protein has to stay high, around 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. And if you cut down on calories too hard, you're slowing down the entire healing process. When you're hurt, try to eat like a bodybuilder, not like someone who's chasing abs. Fifth rule, sleep like it's your job. Growth hormone, tissue repair, immune function. They don't run without good sleep. 8 to 9 hours should be the goal. Sixth rule, progressively come back. You rebuild capacity like you built it in the first place. Progress slowly until you get back to where you left off. The best recovery is prevention. And yeah, it's boring compared to PRs, but lifters who train for decades, not months, are building systems around recovery. Deload phases. Every 4 to 6 weeks, back the volume down 40 to 60% for a week. It won't make you lose muscle. It's how you stay in the game. Deloading restores performances and reduces risks of injury. Ignore it and your body enforces its own deload with injury. Autoregulation. Autoregulation just means you train based on how your body feels that day. Instead of forcing your best weight when you're wiped out, use RPE or reps in reserve to adjust the weight. If you've got more in the tank, push it. If you're drained, pull back. Research shows this approach often works better, especially when you're dealing with fatigue. Warm-up. A proper warm-up can help prepare our bodies to handle stress. By increasing blood flow, loosening tissues, and activating your nervous system, you move with better control and stability. That lowers the risk of sloppy reps under load. Sloppy reps are usually where injuries begin. Load management. Don't push harder than your body can handle. Injury happens when load jumps by more than 10 to 15% per week. Small, steady progress is better than jumping ahead too fast. Respect red flags. Soreness, bad sleep, loss of appetite. These aren't random. They're overtraining signals. Ignore them and you're volunteering to get injured. Okay, look, recovery isn't just physical. It's also mental. You'll feel behind, you'll feel weak, you'll be tempted to rush the process. That's a mistake. Injury recovery is a masterclass in patience. It forces you to actually train smarter and not just harder. If you can learn to respect capacity, regulate load, and prioritize recovery, you will come back not just healed, but stronger. And when you do get back to full speed, and the injuries stop being setbacks and start being a reminder. If you're watching this hurt, frustrated, maybe even thinking about quitting, don't. This isn't the end. You need a strategy, sleep, fuel, smart training, patience. You respect the signals, and your body will reward you by doing what it does best, adapting.